The origin story. So Davo was basically created back in the 80s. Before I was born, my grandparents, they actually owned, they were partners in a small supermarket down in Lincoln Heights. At the time, there was a string of robberies, and our actual store was robbed, and my grandma was shot and rendered paralyzed from the waist down. So as I came into the picture, and I could start walking and talking and running around the kitchen, looking for snacks. She started utilizing my ability to reach the back of the stove, get into the pantry, and reach those items that she couldn't. And little by little, she introduced me to more and more cooking, and out of it, I just started loving it. I started loving cooking and the flavors that I could come up with. Meanwhile, my grandfather, he was the head meat cutter and owner of the carniceria, so the meat deli portion of the store was all his. And he made some of the best chorizo beef, chorizo in town. People would wait, literally line up, come in and check in, and he'd have to tell them nope. He would wait for the right time. Um, Basically, he wanted to age just right so that when he sold it to you, it tasted its best. And he did just that, and people were willing to wait in line and wait for that chorizo to come through. So, he taught me a lot just watching him interact. So, origin story part two. Uh, origin story part two. Basically, now we're in the 2000s, and I was working for a electronics super retailer, super incredible, still in business. And we wore blue shirts and khakis, if that helps. And there was a lot of yellow around. I can't give away the name, but so I worked there, had an incredible time, and of course there was a lot of hanging out afterwards, before work, after work. There would be parties to go to. That was the best part about working like at a big retail store like that. There were so many people, made so many friends. And so basically, we got invited one time to do a pool party, and we were just hanging out at the pool party, drinking some beers. And because I like to cook, my natural gravitational pull was to head over to the barbecue and help make burgers. So I started making burgers, and I took over for the person who was hosting the party. He left me in charge of the grill. We had a huge box of patties from Smart and Final. That's definitely one of my favorite places to go shopping. So we had a box full of patties and a case full of cheese and tons of buns. And we just got after it, and I was just having some fun. And the origin of Davo actually came from one of my coworkers